Sometimes you can learn everything about a person without listening to their speeches, achievements, or expensive opinions. All you need to do is quietly observe how they treat workers who not easily defend themselves.
You too, ma'am. Stay warm.
Mrs. Evelyn Carter had worked as a cashier at the neighborhood grocery store for nearly 25 years. Most customers barely noticed her, but she still greeted every single person with patience and warmth.
There you go.
Kyle often shopped there after work, and he admired the elderly cashier's kindness. Even during exhausting evenings, she somehow managed to make tired strangers feel acknowledged instead of invisible.
But that evening, a businessman named Brandon entered the line already frustrated and impatient. The moment he reached the register, the entire atmosphere in the checkout lane immediately became tense.
I'm almost done.
When the elderly cashier accidentally scanned one item twice, Brandon reacted with unnecessary anger. His voice became louder, sharper, and crueler than the situation ever deserved.
Let me just fix it for you.
Hurry up!
I'm so sorry, sir. Let me fix that.
Just hurry up.
There, all corrected again. My apologies.
Some people simply enjoy speaking harshly. This is ridiculous. The line's too slow. Kyle noticed the embarrassment on the elderly woman's face. After decades of hard work, she still stood there enduring disrespect simply because she needed the job and valued professionalism over pride. And in that uncomfortable moment, Kyle realized silence would only encourage more cruelty. So instead of pretending not to notice, he calmly stepped forward and chose dignity over convenience. Kyle politely reminded Brandon that everyone makes mistakes sometimes, especially people who spend long, exhausting hours serving others. His voice stayed calm, but his words carried undeniable truth. This is the truth, Brandon.
For the first time that evening, Brandon looked around and realized nobody admired his behavior.
Expensive clothes and professional success suddenly meant very little beside public cruelty toward an elderly worker. Without another argument, Brandon paid for his groceries and left the store quietly. The moment passed quickly for most customers, but for Mrs. Carter, it carried much deeper emotional meaning.
Thank you, Kyle.
The elderly cashier thanked Kyle with watery eyes and a tired smile. She admitted that after years of dealing with rude customers, simple acts of public kindness still surprised her deeply.
Workers remember disrespect far longer than customers realize.
I never thought about it that way. Long after people forget their groceries, workers still carry the emotional weight of how they were treated during stressful moments. Kyle listened carefully because he understood something important. A person's true character rarely appears when speaking to powerful people. It reveals itself most clearly when dealing with workers who rely on patience to survive. When Mrs. Carter's shift finally ended later that night, Kyle helped her carry her bag toward the entrance.
Of course.
The snowy parking lot outside looked cold, but the atmosphere between them felt unexpectedly warm. Mrs. Carter quietly admitted that some difficult customers had made her question whether people still respected elderly workers anymore. Kyle's small act of kindness had restored more hope than he realized. Kyle reminded her that rude people often reveal their own unhappiness through the way they treat others. Compassionate people, however, leave dignity behind wherever they go, even during ordinary moments. The world moves quickly now, and many workers are treated like machines instead of human beings. Yet every cashier, cleaner, server, and employee carries invisible struggles most strangers never bother asking about. As Kyle walked toward his car beneath the falling snow, he realized kindness toward workers is not merely politeness. It is one of the clearest reflections of a person's humanity and emotional maturity. Being rude to workers says more about a person than impressive words, expensive clothing, or public success ever could.